back. I know it's been a super long time since I last made a video. I apologize for that. But we have some amazing news for this video. I finally ended up getting funded. I passed two 50K accounts on November 5th. I think that was either Thursday or Wednesday. But I did pass these two to get 100K in funding from TopStep. Boom, certificates right here. Very fun, very nice. And I'm actually on my way to passing a third account. Literally in 2 days. I am about $300 away from passing this third account. So that is awesome. I just passed these two, obviously. I'm going to have to turn these into XFAs before tomorrow. I'm currently recording this on Sunday night. So I'm going to turn these into XFAs tomorrow by paying the activation fee. And then I'll start trading those tomorrow. Like I said, I passed these on the 5th of November, but I didn't start trading them as XFAs yet. I wanted to just enjoy the rest of my week. I had a huge test on Friday as well for an IT certification, which actually ended up passing too, so that's also some good news. But yeah, I was like, all right, I'll just turn them into XFAs next week. I'll start trading them next week, and then I'll start moving forward as a funded trader next week. And I actually ended up getting another account because I had another free reset from TopStep. So I reset an old failed account on the 5th, literally that same day. And I traded it on Thursday and Friday, and I'm already like $300 away from passing this one. So in this video, I'm going to go over the trades that got me funded on these two accounts, and also the trades that have me $300 away from getting funded on a third account to get me to $150,000 in funding from TopStep. So you had $984 in total, and then $5,331 in 1 week of trading. This is by far the best week I've ever had in trading. And I journaled everything. I documented everything. I took pictures of everything. I reviewed everything. And I have an entirely new system as well for journaling my trades and just keeping track of everything that I do on these accounts. So I'm going to go over that today as well. But first, let's actually open up Notion. So in case you guys don't know what Notion is a free application where you can just create your own workspace. And over the last, I'd probably say 2 to 3 weeks, I've been refining my strategy and also setting this up, this entire workspace that I'm going to call the Trade Hub. So in the Trade Hub, I have a moving ticker with a bunch of prices and indexes and stuff like that. I have these times for different time zones. And here, this is like pretty much everything that I would need. Oh, oops. So I have my trading plan that I wrote up. And I'm going to go over all this in another video, but I just wanted to briefly show you guys what Notion is. My trading calendar, which shows all of my trades, red trades, green trades, whatever, it puts them over here. My trade gallery, which is just going to be, you know, pictures and screenshots of all the trades that I take. And throughout the course of this video, we'll most likely just go over all of these ones. We're going to also have my backtesting log and journal. That includes my wins, my losses, my break-evens. So for my winning trades and my backtesting, they're all right here with annotations. Also the same thing for my losses, obviously. Same thing for my break-even trades. Let's actually exit out of this. A weekly review thing that I'm going to do after every single trading week. My notebook that has personal notes on my strategy, my thought process, and pretty much anything. Finance tracker, which is going to be tracking my accounts. This news tab, which is going to have a bunch of different economic and financial news, market overviews, interest rates, stuff like that. Anything that could affect the market, basically. I'll have it all in one centralized location. And I'm currently working on this for resources, which I don't have many yet. I'm just going to add a few more over the next few days and weeks to kind of just beef this up so it can just be a really nice, I guess, like I said, centralized system for trading. So I can do everything from here pretty much. Scrolling down, we're going to have some more news. This is Forex Factory. I can obviously just filter it to the United States and see what news is going to come out on each day and the level of impact on a scale of 1 to 3. So I think it's yellow, orange, and red. But yeah, I'll be able to see all these every single day. more stories. If we scroll down, the market hours. So we're also gonna have some more news and habits. These are things that I want to do every day. There's a lot more that I could add to this, but I want to keep it pretty basic, just at least to like the extent of trading stuff. I had a really busy week, so I didn't go to the gym that often. I only went twice. I actually did not read at all this week. I stink, I'm sorry. And I followed my trading plan every day this week. Every day this week. I backtested 4 days of the week. And I woke up at 7 a.m. every day. That's a normal thing, but pretty cool system. And then, like I said, we're going to be going over the trades that I took on my evals to get funded and to also get my third account up to where it is now. So let's start with November 3rd. On this day, I actually might hop on TradingView for this. Do I want to hop on TradingView? Yeah, let's hop on TradingView. That way I can just go back to November 3rd. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, so this is Monday, November 3rd on TradingView. We have, with this indicator, I actually like it a lot. It shows the entire daily profile from yesterday, the previous day high, previous day low, and previous day equilibrium. And as you can see, we're on the upper end of this range. We're very close to previous day high. And this is 9:29, so we're literally a minute before market open. Let's actually go on the 1 hour time frame. Take a look over here. Oh, at this point we were all the way up here, I think. But we have an unfilled gap over here. Let me turn my lock on. We have an unfilled gap over here. We also had this low from the 8 o'clock candle, sorry. Heading back to the lower time frames. I don't remember exactly what made me take this trade on the 5 and 15, so let's just go with the 1 minute. All right, so on, we had news that came out this morning. I'm sorry, I completely forgot why I took this trade. Yes, this was qualified as news, so let's do this. This is a data high. And these were data lows for me. Okay. So we came up, we instantly took out the data high at market open. And as you can see, we're wicking above it. We're not closing above it. So that's showing that we could potentially reject. I wanted to see how you would respect these fair value gaps though. And we immediately inversed this first one. And on the second candle, we had really strong volume. I think I entered somewhere in the middle of this candle. I can check right now. Oh no, I didn't. I entered after that candle. Okay, never mind. So we displaced below this low. This is a huge change in the state of delivery because we've displaced past this manipulation leg low. And we also had inversed 1, 2, 3 fair value gaps in this range. So we just inversed 3 fair value gaps in this range. We also had to change the state of delivery. And we're heading towards data lows. I immediately hopped in this trade once we got confirmation, and I hopped in about halfway through this candle, probably like right over here, and my stop was probably like just around over here. I don't remember what it was, but I just targeted like a 1-to-1, I think, and I hit CP in like 2 minutes. Yeah, literally. So that was a very easy trade. We're obviously heading towards data lows. We're invalidating bullish PD arrays. We had to change the state of delivery to the downside. And I honestly could have held this trade because we ended up dumping for a very long time and we went super, super low. But I took my profits, I followed my system, and I'm out of there. So that's cool. That was the first trade that I took. Now let's go to the fourth. Oh, this is an interesting day. So I ended up losing this first trade, and then I hopped back in on the second trade. So let's take a look at that on TradingView. Boom. So 930 is over here. All right. Nice. All right. So Tuesday, 930. And what are we doing on the 1 hour time frame? Oh, yes. We had this beautiful unfilled gap over here. At the time it was unfilled, but because I'm on replay trading, it's going to show that we already went up to this range. But again, at the time it was unfilled. Okay. So we wick downwards into this unfilled gap on the 1 minute time frame, right at market open. We head upwards. We come back down. Oh wait, I don't even remember us doing all this. I just know I took long, so I was like sitting out of all of this because I was not interested in any of this. We inverse that gap. We failed to break through this low and make a lower low, so we're definitely bullish. We also displace above these highs. Very good. So at this point, I'm looking for a retracement and an entry to the upside. So I think I actually entered right over here, because to me, we enter into this fair value gap, we flip, and I think I entered right around here actually, at the close of that candle, and I just targeted this to the gap. Already that's a bad sign. I was like, damn, I don't want to see that happening, because I want to see us eventually, I want to see us initially just shoot straight up, right towards this gap with good volume and good delivery, but that did not happen. We ended up going lower into this gap, and I'm like, all right, let's see why. And on the 5 minute time frame, oh, I guess not. I was thinking maybe there's like a 5 minute gap we tapped into, but I guess we were just manipulating lower. And then I actually ended up re-entering right around here. Oh, wrong thing. I ended up re-entering right around here. My stop was just at the bottom of these candles, and I targeted like halfway, a little into the gap. What was it? Right around 820. Oh, 824. That's what it was. 824, and I entered at 786. Okay. So I entered up here actually, 786. And my stop was, probably around 30 points actually, for sure. And 724, 824, sorry. Oh, so I actually just targeted that gap, but okay. So this is the type of delivery we want to see with our continuation model. We want to enter when there's strong volume, strong delivery. So we're just shooting straight up. We don't have any drawdown. On this one I had 0 drawdown, so I actually entered it in with another contract as well, I think on this candle. And we ended up netting around $800 in profit, I think, on this trade. And that's including the loss on this one. All right, next trade, November 5th. And this is actually much better because I started taking my screenshots with 3 different time frames. So I don't even need to go TradingView actually. All right. 1 hour time frame, we have a couple different draws. First, we have this one. Can I zoom in more? I can. So first we have this one, which is this unfilled gap over here. We also have this low and a swing low on the 1 hour time frame. Once again, this is the 1 hour time frame. On the 15 minute time frame, we were coming down in pre-market very, very aggressively after, reaching all-time highs, I believe. I think this is all-time highs, I don't remember. But we were coming down really aggressively, and we were leaving unfilled gaps above. So I drew this 15-minute gap as it was unfilled in pre-market, and I wanted to see us tap into it at market open, which again, 9:30, we did exactly that. We literally tapped right into this unfilled gap, And coming out of it, I literally entered on this candle because this is crazy volume coming out of this candle. We had a nearly 50 point candle to the downside. So I entered right there. We didn't create a fair value gap though, so I just entered right before it closed because I knew that we were obviously going to displace below these lows anyway. So I just entered right here with a pretty wide stop. Luckily, a wide enough stop to include any retracements. We ended up retracing and we went straight to TP. So that was a beautiful trade. Again, 15-minute unfilled gap. We tap into it at market open. We displace with a lot of volume coming out of it. Enter shorts for a 1 to, I think this was a 1 to 1.5. And I made $1,500 on this day. And I think this is actually the trade that made me pass my evals. So that was awesome. And then boom, I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait to activate those 2 XFAs. And I took these 2 trades on another XFA. Sorry, another eval account. This one, we had this hourly low as my draw. A very nice, very clean hourly swing low. We were inversing fair value gaps on the 15-minute time frame once again with great volume. This looks exactly like the day before that I literally just reviewed. And on this one, we actually didn't, retrace into any of these gaps. I was waiting to see if we did, but we respected this 1 minute gap at market open, and we created another gap which we respected. So once we respected it, I entered into shorts right over here, and we ended up hitting TP in a few minutes after that. Very nice. And on Friday was probably like the cleanest setup I've seen all week. We had I won't be able to see it or show it from here, but this blue line down here was an hourly low from I think either October or September. It was a while ago, but it was very clean. It was very, very strong. And I knew that if we headed lower, we were going to head towards that gap and draw on liquidity down there. We also had a draw on liquidity up here, which was this unfilled hourly gap. So I was like, all right, in case we do go bullish, I can also target this blue line. But right at market open, we started pumping downwards. We were trading and consolidating within this area on the 15-minute time frame, but we were just wicking into this fair value gap. We didn't close inside of it. We respected it so hard, and immediately at market open on the 1 minute time frame, we respected the fuck out of it. We came super, super low. We created a fair value gap and we displaced out of that fair value gap. Once we displaced out of that fair value gap, I entered off the closure of this candle for 1 contract, and I added a second contract on this candle right here that had a lot of volume. I ended up getting stopped out right around here because my max profit limit on the evals, obviously I'm trading top step accounts, your maximum daily profit limit is $1,500, so I got stopped out right there, but it is what it is. I'm obviously just going to keep trading this eval. I'm like $300 away from passing it, so there's no point in trying to rush things. And I'm going to start my XFAs this week, so I'm excited. I will be recapping every single trade that I take on my XFAs for you guys. I'm going to be a lot more consistent with the YouTube channel. I just really had to lock in. I had to change my entire system, change my entire strategy. I was really locked in on back testing and refining my strategy, refining my journaling model, the Notion thing that I showed you guys, and just really locking in with myself so I can just obviously get funded for the first time and make some progress with this trading stuff. So I've officially been trading for around 6 months now, and I just got funded. TopStep also just dropped some interesting stats, I think either last week or 2 weeks ago, stating that only 12% of traders even get funded in the first place, and only 3% of traders get a payout. I'm already in that 12% of traders, and I'm going to be within that 3% that get a payout, and I promise you that. So everything will be documented on the YouTube channel. I'll show you guys, and I'll take you guys along with me on every single step of the way. And with that being said, stay on the lookout for more videos.